how's it going? It has been a very long time since I've vlogged. I am Wade Cannon, and if you've paid attention at all, you'll notice that I'm on a different motorcycle. Yeah, I don't know if you want to know, but it is in fact a Suzuki Boulevard C90T. T is in touring, or T is in Tom. T is in totally badass. 90 as in 90, not 19. 19 is a 9T. What else do I got to share with you guys? Okay, so yeah, I traded in my old sport bike for this, my 2011 Yamaha FZ6R. I traded that in for this beast, and you know what? Although I miss my old sport bike, I can't be too sad because this bike actually kicks ass. It's super comfortable to ride. It has built-in saddlebags. They're hard saddlebags, and so I can put a lot of shit in there. I don't have to ride with the backpack. Smooth ride, super comfortable, and it goes like hell. This thing has a lot of power, and yeah, so if I ever need to get around anybody or get out of a sticky situation, I'm totally free to do so. The other thing that kicks ass about this bike is that it's a lot louder. Obviously, it's a cruiser. It's got a giant engine, and yeah, the one thing that I shouldn't say I don't like about it, the one thing that I'm taking a little bit of getting used to is that at slow speeds, this bike is a little wobbly because it does weigh so much. So I can't, when I'm in a traffic jam and it's moving super slow or whatever, like my old sport bike, I could kind of keep riding it, and you know, every once in a while I'll tap my foot to the ground or whatever if I have to. This one, it's basically you drag your feet along the ground. I don't know if you guys know what slipping the clutch is. So slipping the clutch does work, but you end up doing a lot of this stuff, like swerving back and forth, trying to maintain your balance. But that could just be because I'm also sitting higher and in a different position. So I don't know, whatever. Anyways, let's get talking about today's subject. Why am I detouring? I didn't pay attention to that. I don't know what that is. Let's see if I can figure it out. Oh, that doesn't say. Well, that doesn't fucking help me. Where was I? Right. Okay, so here's my gripe today. Now, I have a few buddies who are in the military, and God fucking love them. They're awesome people, and you know what? They've always been there for me, and I've never had to ask them to be there. They were just there. Now, I recently had a buddy who retired from the military. He's been in the military since he was, what do we got, 18 years old? And he is currently 29. And he literally retired day before yesterday. So, I'm kind of curious about the military. It was always an option of mine in life. And I asked him, I said, how much are you making? Let's keep in mind, this is also the Canadian military. So it's not the American military or anything else. So I can't speak for that, but I can speak for the for the Canadian military. So I asked my buddy how much he was getting paid as a military professional, let's say, and he told me, and I just missed the road that I needed to be on, so that sucks. Or maybe it's the next one. Whatever, we'll just turn it the next one. Anyways, I asked him how much he was making, and he told me, and I thought to myself, how the hell can a country justify sending people overseas to potentially die, first of all? Second of all, to be saving our useless asses for such a small quantity of money. I was like, dude, you make less money than I do. You're protecting our country, you're protecting me, and I'm a gas fitter. I make sure that natural gas is safe, which it's like, I work for the gas company. I'm not a plumber or anything. So I mean, like, my job in itself is important, I suppose, but it's not like military important. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, dude, I get paid fucking twice as much as you right now, and you are in fact saving my ass every damn day. Sorry for the cut there. I had to stop my bike and adjust some things. Where was I? Right. So the Canadian military doesn't pay their fucking military people enough money, okay? That's the point I'm making. Now, compared to the United States, like I said, I have no idea how much they get paid comparatively. I have no idea. All I know is that a gas fitter should not be getting paid as much money or more than a guy who's in the military who puts his life on the line. You know, it's fucking disgusting. Now, part 2 of my rant is going to be pretty much based on the same shit. Now, when somebody gets a promotion in the military, there's a celebration, etc., etc. And the cool thing about it is that, hey, you know what? Somebody's celebrating the fact that you are now moving from lieutenant to captain or whatever. And here's the thing. That same buddy ended up becoming a captain, and they still didn't do jack shit for him. There was no real thank yous. There was basically a fucking cake. This is what I'm told. There's a fucking cake that was half eaten that came from a fucking what is it, a baby shower. So he got a used cake and nobody fucking showed up. Like, what the fuck? Oh man, I don't know, man. If you have people who their sole purpose in life is to fucking save your ass, should you not be taking care of them and fucking looking after them and making sure that everything's fucking copacetic and that they're happy? And you know what I mean? Like, unreal. Absolutely unreal. Which leads me into my third point, okay? I got another buddy, different guy. He's a helicopter pilot. For what? The Canadian military. Which in itself is super fucking cool. And I'm sure he gets paid more than the previous guy I was talking about. Just being the fact that he is in fact a pilot. Here's the kicker. So, United States, you pride yourself on, you know, like having shit tons of planes and shit tons of helicopters and all sorts of stuff. And I just got smoked in the face with a giant bug. So yeah, you guys got planes and helicopters for every single person, right? Every pilot gets a fucking plane. Now, my buddy, let's call him, well, you know, let's give him the name the pilot. So my buddy the pilot is in fact a helicopter pilot, and he has chosen to do the search and rescue as opposed to the I don't know what you would call it, I guess like flying in and wasting people with your helicopter, whatever that's called, like tactical, I guess. And so he's chosen to do something different. He's doing the search and rescue stuff, which is super awesome. He's already been to Kuwait and all that fun garbage. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Like I said, the Americans, you guys have planes and helicopters for days. Here in Canada, we don't. Our military is predominantly ground forces, okay? And that being said, it's like different things from whatever, army engineers to fucking I don't know, fucking dudes who shoot people. I don't fucking know. Okay, this is the point I'm making. My buddy the pilot is supposed to be training on a helicopter every fucking day, okay? Canada, although I love this fucking country, treats our military with such disdain that they are flying helicopters that are pieces of garbage. Right now, my buddy the pilot is flying a helicopter that has been bastardized and Frankensteined from parts of other fucking helicopters. Like, how does that make any fucking sense? You would think, oh, that's a dead cat. Oh, I'm sorry if you guys saw that in high def. I'm super sorry. Where was I? Yeah, right. So he's flying this plane that for most of the time it's grounded. It's on the ground getting worked on and serviced. And there are a handful of helicopters at the base that my buddy is at. And I won't name the base because I don't want any sort of repercussions or anything. But what we'll say is that there's a handful of helicopters, and there are one, maybe two, that work. So how are you supposed to get any sort of training on a fucking helicopter if your helicopters don't work? Like, nobody's putting any money into our military to get a new fucking helicopter for these guys. They're all flying these old pieces of shit, and their job is to search and rescue. Their job is to rescue people. Pull people out of fucking forest fires, or go overseas and pull people out of fucking military hell zones. And they're flying these fucking Frankenstein pieces of shit that are falling apart. Like, I fully expect one day to hear, hey, your buddy, quote unquote, the pilot, crashed his helicopter today. I'm sorry, but he's dead. And you know what? I'd be super fucking sad, and I'd be super fucking pissed. Because, oh fuck, what is this? Come on, keep your fucking goddamn farmers. I'm gonna die one day by hitting these guys. Anyways, Frankenstein helicopters, pieces of shit. My buddy's got to fly this shit, and I like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if one day I end up seeing, yeah, your buddy the pilot has fucking crashed a helicopter because it stopped working in the middle of the fucking air. You know what? The thing about helicopters is they don't glide, man. They fucking fall. When that fucking top rotor stops working, you're not gonna fucking float down like a little balloon. You're not an airplane that can glide in. You're fucking falling like a giant multi-tonned piece of metal with people in it. That's exactly what you are. You're in a fucking soup can that flies. Unreal. So, anyways, my buddy the pilot, getting back to him, not only does he have to fly this fucking bullshit, but I mentioned earlier that he went to Kuwait. Okay? And I don't know, maybe I'm not supposed to talk about this, but who knows? I mean, this is my fucking channel and I rant about what I want. So, first of all, I hope you guys are seeing this correctly, like the view of the camera. I hope it's working properly because I haven't tested this. This is my first ride on the bike with my camera running. I mean, in fact, I'm wearing my old helmet, so it's a little bit awkward as well. But I'm sitting in a different position, so I hope it all looks okay. If not, then the next one will be better. Where was I? Yeah, he went to Kuwait, and as a pilot. He went to Kuwait as a pilot. Let's keep this in mind. My buddy the pilot is in fact a pilot. And he gets called over to go to Kuwait. Okay, fine. You know what? That's his military duty. He says, yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it. Let's get over there. You know what he did in Kuwait? He sat at a fucking desk and filled out paperwork. Like, you're paying a fucking pilot to be a pilot. He's not a fucking desk jockey. What the fuck are you thinking? Like, some of these people, I just can't understand what's going on, man. I just don't get it. I also don't have any idea where I am right now. But look at that old Camaro right there. Fancy. Yeah, no, so they're fucking paying him whatever it is, they got their military expenditure pay or whatever when they're in the when they're overseas and fighting. Yeah, so he gets paid a little bit more money, but he's a fucking pilot. So what the fuck is he doing over there pushing papers and filling out forms? And like, that's not his job. I get it that sometimes you got to do other things that you might not like to do, but this guy is being trained as a pilot. Or sorry, he is trained as a pilot. He's being paid to be over there to be a pilot. Give him a fucking helicopter. Fuck. Either way, moral of the story is they eventually said, hey, you want to go home early, giving him the option. And he's like, well, you know what, if you're going to send me home early, sure. Because he's got a wife and a house and dogs and stuff. So he's like, if you're going to send me home early, then just fucking do it. And they did. But the whole point of my fucking rant here is that the Canadian military needs to learn how to fucking take care of their people a lot better than they are right now. Because how many people, and I mean this goes into the United States as well, how many veterans are on the street, are destitute, are suffering from some sort of post-traumatic stress disorder, or the fact that they lost a limb and they're, you know what I mean? Like, who is taking care of these guys who have taken care of us? You know, and it just, oh, fucking chaps my ass, man. Like, I'm not in the military. I never have been in the military. But I know that without them, I'd probably be under the fucking power of some other country. Probably, if I was going to throw it out there, and I mean, I love you guys, but I'm pretty sure that United States, if we didn't have a military, you'd probably walk all over us. And I mean, even then, like, our military compared to your military, I mean, we'd be awesome in the wintertime. You guys couldn't fight us then, but anyways, yeah, no, so I guess I'm just pissed off at that. I'm tired of people being taken advantage of, and you know, it's just, it doesn't seem fair. It really, really doesn't seem fair that you have people who are designed to do a job, or I shouldn't say designed, people who have been trained to do a job, and they're not being given the opportunity to do a job because the Canadian forces haven't been putting enough money into their military to be able to say, hey, you know what? Here's the equipment that you need. Use it. Get used to it just in case. You know, they're saying, well, we have this left over, so let's put that part in this part. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I'll bet you, I don't know, 99 cents out of my dollar that the Canadian military also isn't buying the best quality. I'm not saying that Bell helicopters, for example, I'm not saying that Bell helicopters are not good quality. I'm just saying that Bell helicopters are designed to carry a certain payload, right? So instead of getting Bell helicopters to build you a military spec helicopter, what the Canadian Forces is doing is they are buying the Bell helicopter, the plain Bell helicopter, and they are then militarizing it. So they're putting in all the equipment, all the aftermarket quote-unquote stuff, which in itself weighs hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So now you are limiting that engine even more. Instead of having a giant engine, you have the regular engine, and you are basically overweighting a military aircraft that wasn't designed to be a military aircraft. That's like if I were to take a, I don't know, Boeing 777-200, which is effectively the second biggest plane in the world, as opposed, well, I shouldn't say plane in the world, second biggest commercial airline plane in the world, second to the Airbus A380. That would be like me taking that plane, loading it up with an army tank, and then a whole bunch of troops and saying, yeah, you're good to go. You're good to go. Meanwhile, the plane is right at its fucking limit for weight capacity. It just seems dangerous is what it is. And I mean, the problems are coming. And I don't know. I feel like there's not enough people who are watching it, not enough people who are paying attention to the potential issues. Anyways, I feel like I've ranted your faces off enough. Thank you for taking this first ride with me, and like I said, I apologize that it's taken so long for me to make a vlog. Yeah, no, just going through some personal shit, and a lot of work. I've been working a shit ton, and you know what, like, just riding this bike, I just wanted to just ride, you know. I didn't want to throw on a camera, and you know, I just wanted to ride, so I got out and rode a lot. But other than that, yeah, you know what, thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around if you have stuck around. If you haven't stuck around, you won't see that I said thank you because you haven't stuck around. But know that I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers. Bye.